Hi everyone! Today I'm giving this bedroom a makeover that's quick and affordable. My friend Christina has been living in her rental apartment for a few years now. She loves it except for the bedroom. She had already asked me a while back to help her organize her makeup, a project I shared in a previous video, which was to use the vertical space on either side of the vanity to store eyeshadows and compacts using magnets on one side and wire bins to store lipsticks and eyeliners on the other side. Christina wanted me to make over the rest of the room, and she gave me a $250 budget to make it happen. On the to-do list was to bring in more color, to get rid or hide those vertical blinds in the AC unit somehow, and also to bring in more storage. I started with the bookcase. I like to reuse and repurpose things whenever I can, so this bookcase got a few upgrades. The first thing I did is use these remnants of this beautiful wallpaper that I had left over from another project. This was the perfect thing to dress up the back of the bookcase, and all I did was use removable double-sided tape to stick it to the back. You could also use contact paper to get the same effect, but I find it sometimes difficult to handle, so I prefer this wallpaper double-sided tape method. To make better use of the vertical space in the bookcase, I made some small shelves with scrap pieces of wood. I cut two smaller pieces to act as supports, and I just used some removable double-sided tape to secure them to the sides of the bookcase. And then all you have to do is rest the shelf on top of the supports. I painted this shelf white, and I used the last of the wallpaper to cover up the other shelf. Now all the beauty products fit on the top two shelves, which actually allowed to free up one other shelf. Since Christina could use more shoe storage, I put in two tension rods to create a shoe rack and display. For the bottom two shelves, I used inexpensive cloth boxes to store clothes and other knickknacks. Now every single inch of this bookcase is being put to good use, and it looks a lot more put together. The next thing I tackled is jewelry storage. Christina wanted something similar to the hanging jewelry box that I had made for my New York apartment. But that was a bit too small for all the jewelry that she had to store. So I opted to splurge and get this hanging jewelry box that has tons of storage and also has a mirror. The original plan was to hang it over a door, but the brackets for the jewelry box were just too narrow to fit the thickness of the door. Luckily, there was just enough wall space between the closet and the heater to hang it there instead. This particular jewelry box has two keyholes in the back to hang it on a wall, which can be tricky to line up exactly. So I use a tape to mark the holes and then use that as a template on the wall. I didn't have any wall studs to screw directly into, so I had to drill holes to put in wall anchors. I like to put a folded post-it note under where I'm drilling. It catches the dust and saves on cleanup time. I was able to install it on my own, but it is a bit challenging to line up the holes, so I do recommend getting a friend to help with this. I use removable 3M command hooks to create even more storage for necklaces next to the jewelry box, and now all of Christina's jewelry is just in one place, making it much easier to see everything that she has and to pick what to wear. With that corner of the room done, I turned my attention to the other side of the bedroom. There's a big window, which is great, but the vertical blinds and the AC unit sticking out of the wall aren't so great. The solution that I came up with that's the quickest and the easiest to deal with these eyesores is to put some curtains across the entire back wall. To hang the curtains, I chose to use these brackets that attach to the existing track of the vertical blinds. Now the first thing I did to use these brackets was to remove the valance that covers up the track. The brackets slide in place and they adjust to fit the width of the track. Because this track is very close to the ceiling, I had to use an offset screwdriver instead of a regular screwdriver to tighten the screw and secure the bracket. The curtain rod I got extends out to about 12 feet to cover the entire length of the wall. Because the rod sits so close to the ceiling, I had to take off the finials and slide the rod into the brackets from the sides, and then slide each of the 4 curtain panels on one by one. The existing vertical blind track didn't have any issue holding the weight of the curtains, but I would recommend using lighter curtains, especially if you're using 4 panels like I did. By extending the curtains over the brackets and then putting on the finials, it makes it possible to cover up the entire wall. The curtains were only $40 from IKEA. They bring in lots of color that coordinates beautifully with the painting made especially for Christina by her mom. I also changed the bedding and added a throw for more color and texture. Now the room has a much cozier and warmer feel to it, with the curtains covering up the vertical blinds and the AC unit when it's not being used. Plus, having everything organized makes it much easier for Christina to get ready in the morning. The entire makeover, including the jewelry box, came in at $266, just a little over budget. I'll have links to all the things that I used in this makeover in the video description below. And if you want more ideas to decorate your bedroom, you can click on these videos here. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And to find out what I'm up to day to day, follow me on Instagram. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.